Okay, I'm gonna do this quick tutorial because I've been talking about how to make an animated video, and in one of the tutorials that I mentioned I talked about the LUTs, which is a lookup table. And the lookup table, you go on the left hand panel, it's going to be on the fourth icon from left to right. When you press on that one and then you press on this folder over here, it's going to open up what the LUTs are. It's not showing it right now. Let me try that again. For some reason it's not doing it. I think the reason why it's not doing it is because I'm doing it, I'm recording this, so I'm gonna have to find it. If you don't find it, just go to your C drive or whatever you have installed iClone. In my case it's a C drive, so I go to users and then public and then public documents and then Reallusion. We're gonna go to template. That's where I have it. iClone template. That's usually the default installation is under template. Okay, iClone template and effects. So under effect, and then we have the LUTs, which is this one right here. We're going to be using the film style, and well, we're just going to say open. The reason why it's not showing is because it was not opening. Okay, there you go. And now it's open, and then we're going to apply this one, which is a moonlight, the moonlight effect. Which is already applied in the scene, is this one right here. This is a moonlight. So if we apply it, it's going to apply it twice. Of course, it's going to get darker. So I'm just going to delete that one because I already have it over here. Oh, whoops, I had it. Okay, I'm going to apply it again. Okay, and then it's going to change the entire ambient light for the entire environment, which is really nice because if you select the avatar, we're going to go to where the avatar is. We're going to select the avatar. And then if we move around, we can see that the entire environment has been changed, okay? However, I was telling you that there's another way to do this, and it's like when you have an actual camera, you know, a real life camera, and then you have different kind of lenses, and some lenses are like filters, like for green, like yellow, you know, and different kinds of colors, just to bring the color, you know, to whatever background you're trying to take a picture of. Like if it's a landscape, you know, and it's all green, then you want to put a green filter so that it's gonna bring the green, you know, in the entire environment, you know, a little bit more vivid. So that's what we're gonna be doing, and I did do a tutorial about that, you know, but I don't remember if I made it in English. But I'm making this in English just for you because I'm working on how to make a video, an animated video. And if you know, the only thing about the LUTs is that it changes everything. Even the light, you know, that's coming from the lantern, it should be yellow or a little bit, you know, kind of like white, but it doesn't look like that. You know, it looks more like a bluish one. There's another one which is a direct spotlight. At the spotlight, let me go over here to the left-hand panel. We're gonna find the spotlight. Is this one right here? It's face. So you see there's a spotlight right here. Okay, let me. This is a spotlight. Okay, so the spotlight is facing or looking at the face of the avatar. So it's pointing at the face of the avatar to illuminate the face of the avatar. Of course, you know, because this is an environment and we are talking about the light, it wouldn't be correct, you know, to have the spotlight exactly in that place because the light is not coming from the left, you know, talking about as you're looking at the video, you know, it's not coming from the left, it's actually coming from the lantern. So it should be coming from the bottom up, okay, not from the left to the right. But I just have it there, you know, because I wanted to put a little bit of light in the face, because I'm gonna turn it off. So if I turn it off, you can't see the face, which is correctly because it's the night, so you should not be able to see the face, okay, unless you get closer to it. Okay, let me I'm gonna hide the spotlight. Okay, so that's the reason why I put the spotlight, you know, but it doesn't have to be illuminating that part of the face. I can put it right in front. Let me go back Let me use the preview camera, okay? It's gonna look a little bit different. Let me see. I'm gonna select, yeah, the spotlight is selected, so we're gonna unhide the spotlight so that we can see it, and then we're gonna move the spotlight to the front of the face, just to give it that brightness, you know, to the face, and a little bit to the back. There you go. We look at the avatar from the front. Now his face is going to be illuminated or lighten up. Okay, I'm going to hide the spotlight right now, and as we can see now, it looks a little bit better because the light that's coming from the lantern, it's coming from the bottom, so it's actually, we have the spotlight that's attached to the face or to the head of the avatar. So whatever the avatar is moving or whatever the face is moving, you know, the light is going to be moving with it. However, we can attach the light to the bone root of the avatar, which would be the best way to go, because if the avatar moves around, you know, it's going to be pointing at the entire avatar as instead of just pointing at the face, and then it's going to move with the avatar, okay? But that's not the reason why I'm doing this tutorial, okay? The reason why I'm doing this tutorial is because if we go to the visual tab, that's where we were before, and I was showing you about the LUTs, the lookup table. And you know, because the light that comes from the lantern is not actually yellow, or is not actually entirely white per se. So if you don't like that kind of effect, let me turn it off. So we're gonna untick it. Okay, so there you go. Now let me show you what I did. I'm gonna move the preview camera sideways. Let me select the avatar so that I can move it like that. And I'm gonna go a little bit back. We're gonna go to the content panel, and we are going to select the camera, and I'm gonna amplify the screen because we need to see this, okay? As you can see, I have something that's called the blue pic and the yellow pic, okay? And then I have the camera front, and it's showing the camera front. Let me see, where is it? Okay, there it is. Okay, now the blue pic and the yellow pic, they're not showing. So I'm gonna unhide them so as to show both of them. Let me just get the blue one first. So the blue one is right here. So that's gonna be working as a filter, okay? As you can see, it's attached to the camera, or is linked to the camera. It's not attached, it's linked to the camera. So whatever the camera moves, the filter, which I'm gonna call it a filter, okay, but it's a blue pic, okay, that I put in front. It's gonna move with it, okay? So it's gonna, and it's close to the lens, so that it's gonna cover the entire area, and you are not gonna see any gaps, you know, of you know, outside the pic per se, you know. Otherwise you're going to see some gaps, which would mean that you will see the entire scene as it is. The entire scene as it is the way you're looking at it right now. And you can see I do have a point light. It's called a point light, and it's in the lamp. Let me show you right here. You see that the lantern has a point light. Okay, let me, I'm gonna hide it. Okay, and as you can see, the lantern has a point light. That's a point light right here, okay? So, and it's supposed to be yellow, okay? So it's a yellow point light, okay? There you go. And I have that filter in the camera, okay? But I have two filters. One is the blue pic, and the other one is the yellow pic, okay? Now I'm gonna hide the blue pic, and I'm gonna unhide the yellow pic. And as you can see, I have the yellow pic right here, okay? And if the camera moves, because it's also linked to the camera, it's gonna move with it, okay? So let me select the camera, and I'm gonna move it around. And as we can see, the filter, which is a yellow one, is moving. Now let's see what's gonna happen when I have that in front of the camera, okay? So we're gonna go to camera front, right here on the top menu, you know, where the cameras are. And as you can see, that's a yellow filter, okay? If I if I show the other one, let me hide the yellow one, but no, actually, yeah, I'm gonna hide the blue one. So you see the blue one, and because we have the camera front selected, okay, it's gonna move with it. And as you can see, it seems like the entire environment is all in blue. You can modify the values on the right hand panel. You go to the material section and you select the pic. It's the blue pic in this case. Okay, as you can see, it's right here selected. You can add a color, you know, like diffuse color, and the diffuse color I chose was a blue, but I can choose another one. I can choose this kind of blue, and as you can see, the entire environment changes. If you want to modify that, of course you have to change that here in the bar. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit lighter or a little bit darker, you know, whatever you want. But as you can see, you can modify the color. This is not the kind of blue that I like. You know, I like that kind of blue, or maybe that kind of blue. Okay, and then we can just move the arrow, you know, top or bottom, to modify, you know, how we wanted it to look. Okay, let's say that I like that color. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and then we have the opacity map. The opacity. We can move the opacity up. If we move it up, you see it's getting darker and darker, and eventually, you know, it's a solid color, so you won't be able to see past through the pic. Okay, that's right in front of you. But if you move it down, you know, then that's another way to manipulate the environment, you know, without having the LUTs, because the LUTs are going to impact the other lights that you have in the scene. In this case, like I have the point light that is in the lantern. It's been modified to a blue that is affecting pretty much the entire environment, and also the light. So let me hide the blue pic again, and let me go to the visual tab, and let me I'm gonna put the other one. You see, so the color is blue, and I don't like that. You know, I mean, it's okay, you know, in a way, you know, but it's kind of annoying to me, you know, because that's not exactly how things look, you know, at night. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, I'm a perfectionist in a way, you know, in a good way. But because of that, you know, it's painful for me, you know, sometimes to do things that other people would do, you know, probably in a very different way, and go with it, you know, and they wouldn't probably mind. I do mind, you know, so I like to keep the whitish color, even though this is yellow, but it doesn't look yellow, it looks white, which is more correct per se, you know, because it's at night, and I can add more lights to it. So let me, I'm going to activate the light that was facing the avatar. So it's the spotlight on the face. Okay, so I'm going to, let me see, actually it's activated. Yeah, it's activated. The thing is that it's not too strong. Okay, so we already have it selected. We can and it's white. So let me go here and let me put a yellow color. Okay, something like that maybe, and then we are going to increase its value. And as you can see, that's what I like about putting filters, which means pics. Okay, if you put a pic in front of it, then you can actually manipulate the lights and have the color that you actually wanted for the light. You see, the light is yellow and it looks really nice, and that's what I wanted to show you, you know, because if you're making a cartoon and you are using the toon shader, you won't be able to actually manipulate those things. So, but if you have like this kind of scene in three-dimensional space, then it's a very different story. You know, you can have the LUTs for the toon shader, which is to create animated videos that are cartoonish, or for CGI videos, you know, for 3D videos, in which you can also have, you know, the LUTs, and they are going to be having an impact in your entire scene. Okay, I'm still thinking about how to manipulate the lights for the LUTs or for with the filters, you know, in an animated video. So I'm still working on it. You know, if I come up with something different, I'll let you know. But this is the way I work with CGI, you know, three-dimensional things, and I usually use the filters. I don't use the LUTs really, but they are nice to use, especially for animated videos, you know, if you want to get a particular look, because I already tried it, and it's really nice for you to use them, the LUTs, okay? So with this, I finished this tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you and that you learned something new, because I actually haven't seen a tutorial with this kind of technique, you know, that I use. You know, it's my technique. I'm not going to say I'm the only one who thought about it, you know, but I've never seen a tutorial in YouTube. You know, I did a tutorial years ago about this. I don't remember if I did it in English or not, but anyways, I'm making it in English for you, so that you know that you can actually, you can have more than one filter and you can get a very different look, okay? In this case, I have both filters. They are hiding right now. Well, actually the blue one is not hiding, but the yellow one is. So if I activate the yellow, you know, it doesn't look like much right now, but as you can see, it's very, very, because the reason why is you can't see much of a difference is because of the opacity. You see, we go over here and the opacity is really low, but if I increase the opacity, you see, for the yellow one, even like if it's a foggy, you know, something that is like a foggy thing, you know, you can give that kind of you know, look to it, okay? But also you can also work on these colors over here, okay? You remember, like if I put a red one, okay, it's gonna make it a little bit reddish. So you see, and that's another way, you know, in which you can manipulate the entire environment using Pics in front of the camera, okay? And with this, I finish this tutorial. Thank you for watching.